Today marks 1581st day of the lessons, day reflections. And today we start reflecting about nervous system stages. Yesterday I started to share there is five stages, and today we focus on first stage. On the first stage. And of course, the first stage is the worst, and we do not want to stay there. And I was thinking how many things we're supposed to consider, reflect on about nervous system first stage, and the more I thought about, the more topics came up. That means that how to know that you're on the first stage, how to get out of the first stage, what you need to know about first stage. And today, I think that this topic extremely important, and I will not rush anywhere. Most time I just want to share, and go. But today I will take it slow. I will go through the note that I have and really reflect because I think that this is a beautiful topic for me myself. And this is not the lessons that I share, that I know, those are the things that I'm learning right now. Specifically, this is the things that I am learning today, and this is what I'm sharing. So, of course, it's not perfect, but I think it's extremely important to listen to because it allows to reflect for yourself where I maybe I was in this system, maybe I am in the stage right now, and what I could potentially do to get out of this stage. So, what are the signs that you might be in a stage one shutdown? This is the stage one shutdown. So number one is you avoid easy tasks. Now, of course, we can say like I don't do even big tasks, but sometimes even small tasks, maybe respond to a small text. It's only like 15 seconds, and you still avoid it. It's such a small task, but still avoid it. Those scary goals. And I think that this is the first time that you know that you're not lazy. You collapsed. Your nervous system is so collapsed that even the smallest things that requires 5, 15 seconds seems overwhelming. And maybe no one, maybe someone never been in this stage. Maybe never, someone never experienced that even the smallest thing could be difficult. But if you are in this stage and you feel that 15 seconds is too much, that's all normal. It's not normal. It's normal to get there, but it's not normal to stay there. That's the most important part. Number two is you numb instead of rest. So that means rather than looking for opportunities to rest properly and recharge, you do the things that numb you. The doom scrolling, YouTube binges, maybe movies that's gaming in hours. So the things that really takes you out of the world. And I think that that is escaping the world rather than living. And then this is the thing that's extremely important to know is that when people play games for 6 hours, we need to understand why the person is playing 6 hours. I think that's I'm okay when people play a couple hours, but when you really start working like that many hours, unless you're professional, a lot of times it's just really running and escaping the world. But at some point, we still need to come back. So I think that when you do those kind of activities, we ask as well that did you do that to escape? Because it might be that your emotions and nervous system is just shutting down and just loves to run away. Number three, time slips away and you don't fight it. That means you say that, okay, I will start in an hour, but after 6 hours, you look, wow, I didn't started anything yet. And it seems as fatigue. How 6 hours went by and you didn't do anything? And then, of course, that's again part of YouTube, part of scrolling, Instagram, social media. And the time flies and you just don't understand where it went. And you wanted to start and then you start after 6 hours and you're like, where those hours went? And sometimes it's just fog. No urgency, no nothing, no panic, just fog. And I think that's a sign of collapse. Number four, you fantasize about different life, but take no steps. That means you think about better future, but because you shut down, your nervous system is shut down, you're not able to do even smaller tasks. You're not doing anything. And I think that fantasy, when it replaces movement, of course, is not a great place to be. And as I said, it's this first stage is not the place to stay because you fantasize about better tomorrow, but you don't do anything about it, and that is terrible, terrible thing to be. It's something that's almost Toxic positivity, when you really think about and you have hope, but you don't take action to really represent that hope. Number five is you feel tired even when you didn't do much. And again, this is confuses people. Like I really didn't do much, but I feel always exhausted, always tired, always under sluggish. Always my shoulders are down, and I don't have even strength to lift my shoulders up. And I think that that's again this because this mode, this nervous system stage drains you so much that that's in conversation mode that that staying in that stage draining your emotional mental capacity whatsoever. Number six, social interaction feels heavy. And interesting that even some of the people that you potentially like could potentially be draining for a season in life because its tendency to really shut down altogether and want to be by yourself. And when you really need to speak and really share and you don't want to show who you truly are at the moment, at the moment you're not that good. And then at that moment you potentially need to put a mask on your face, smile on the face, and that's even drains your energy even more because you need to really show up differently as you truly are. And of course, that sounds very draining. You are so emotionally drained, but you need to speak with other people and show up for them. Sometimes could be very, very draining. And that's why it's potentially could feel heavy. Number seven, your body feel sluggish. And then I already mentioned that. It could be even when look at you how how you how you posture. How is your posture? Because a poor posture a lot of times leads to nervous system that is shut down. This breathing, shallow breathing, because our bodies are conserving energy. And of course, when the energy, our body conserving energy, our body doesn't perform at their best. Number eight is you feel behind but don't react. It depends how long you've been collapsed, how long you've been in the first stage. At some point, it could be that you start to feel behind, behind comparing to other people, behind where you thought you will be based on your potential. And I think that we when we understand that behind and we need to look into maybe I was shut down and again now we need to start working on things and this is a big thing because we have ability to say I will start Monday, and this is a beautiful thing because when you start to see yourself that you say I will start on Monday, that means that you will never start on Monday. This is not the way how you're supposed to get out of the stage, because when we say that we'll start on Monday, our nervous system will blind our mind and will not start. So let's get started how to really get out of this stage because this is a very dangerous stage to be in. That's the most dangerous. This is the first stage. So first one is fix sleep before you fix your life. Because tendency is that nervous system collapse or shutdown always comes with um sleep interruptions or very chaotic sleep. Maybe even YouTube binging till 3 a.m., then waking up at 7 and or even 6 a.m. and you sleep a couple hours, you come back from work if you work and you feel extremely tired and you sleep during the day, then you wake up in the night and it just could be all over the place. So number one is just being able to really work as hard as possible to fix the routine of sleeping. The better sleep routine allows to have some kind of foundational step to really build something on it. Number two, move daily. And this is again, this is extremely important, is that even if it's pathetic. What I mean by pathetic is that you don't need gym. This you are shut down. You don't need extreme level of gyms. You don't need to go to 1 hour to gym. This is not the goal. You are shut down. Because I think that the worst part about shutdown, people feel behind and they want to go to and do extreme. They want to hustle. They want to grind. They want to change within a couple of weeks. That's not the goal. The goal is to really start, and it could be even 10 minutes, 20 minutes walk, 10 minutes stretch, 5 minutes walk, 5 minutes stretch. Really start routine going. And that routine really builds people up. Number three, one daily win. Only one. So we can ask ourselves, what could be small win a day? How I could really build and celebrate wins. What could be one small thing I could do today that I could feel proud of myself if I'll do it? And it could be extremely small that I could definitely would be able to do it. And I think that's how you start building, celebrating small wins under your belt. And I think that when you have those wins, you're able to increase it and, of course, get better. Number four, reduce cognitive load. And this is again one my mistake that when I was in the first stage, this is my big mistake because I still try to study as much. I still um, do a lot of studying, a lot of reading, a lot of things, a lot of input, a lot of cognitive load was in my life, and it was not helpful. It was not helpful at all. So at this season, when you really feel that you really are in shutdown season, that means you need to cut 80%, 80% of inputs, maybe 80% of goals. Reduce. So that means our standard of this season, our standard baseline is reduced 80%. So we can really allow ourselves to rest, to recover, do the right things, keep the routine, because I really love saying that it's easier to move from 1 to 20 than from 0 to 1. And knowing that it's easier to move from 1 to 20, that's why we remove 80% of input, 80% of goals, not all together. That is a huge mistake because now we need to work from 0 to 1 and lose a momentum altogether. But we don't want to lose big more. So at that moment, we will reduce the standard, that minimal viable product, minimal viable starter that we can do and pursue our day. Number five is add one human touch point weekly, minimum. And I think that's supposed to work towards daily, one touch point daily. And it could be very small. Maybe coffee with someone, maybe call a friend. It could be anything, just a small touch point with a human being, because I think that that's extremely important. But because of isolation, again, it shows that we are still in channel when, and again, this is we need to work towards having a friend that you feel safe with no matter what, and you're able to be okay, that you're able to really be vulnerable and share that I'm going for a tough season, not wench, but be able to really be there who you truly are without trying to really put your mask that you are perfect. Because I think that sometimes we have that and we can be shut down, but we want to really be seen as doing great anyway. And that's not okay. Number six, you stop talking about your potential. I think that's sometimes it's hard because we think about, okay, all the things that we're capable of, all the things that we did before we were at shutdown. It might be that we do amazing things. We had amazing capacity, amazing focus, amazing abilities, but now we're shut down. Our potential doesn't matter at the moment. What matters at the moment is safety, foundation, getting back to base level of our nervous system. And that's the goal. Not the goal is not to really prove our potential. The goal is to really build our baseline, and from that baseline, we'll be able to use our potential. But until in the baseline in our nervous system, our potential truly, truly do not matter. And last one, number seven, track behavior, not feelings. Track behavior, not feelings. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing because sometimes we will look into how we feel and it's like, oh, I don't feel like doing things today. And I think that's it's a beautiful thing sometimes to really measure the emotion of the day just to label it and you know exactly that how you felt that day. And then you look into behaviors and then you really look into, okay, I did this behavior. And then when you track your emotion of the day, when you track behaviors of the day, and you look into that, the more behaviors you start to add that really moves you forward, your emotions start to be a little bit more positive, and those changes in your emotions, in your feelings, when you do the right thing, when you change your behavior, starts that momentum. Wow, look, I did a little bit more, and my emotions get have a little bit better, and I did a little bit more, and my emotions got a little bit better, a little bit more. I recovered a little bit faster, and that's feedback loop of your behavior, your emotions got better. It's an amazing thing. And one thing is that emotions is like gym, like a muscle as well. You go to a gym for 2 weeks and you don't see much results. But when you do for a long time, those behaviors that are right for your nervous system, it starts to compound and you start to see that you recover much faster. Your emotions are much better. Your emotion, uh, home default emotions are much better. And I think that is extremely important. And I should have mentioned a couple more things about like what are the key aspects of first stage shutdown. So number one is that I will go quite fast with those. You are not lazy, you are overloaded. We went to shutdown because there was too much pressure, too much fear, too much criticism, too much of something, and we allow ourselves to go there. So and now we need to really understand over where I overloaded myself. And somebody will need to reflect on that. Number two, motivation is not coming to save you. So lack of motivation doesn't matter. What is required here is discipline to start small behavior. And this is the most important part, small behavior. It is art before motivation. The motivation kick in. Number three, big goals are making it worse. Big goals make it worse. And that's why I don't like when people say that, oh, you need to dream big. You need to have those big aspirations. If you are shut down, those big goals doesn't matter. Like you are so shut down, just even small tasks seems daunting and hard and overloading. How those big goals will add value to you? No, like I think that the most important part is until you get out of the first stage, never think about big goals whatsoever. Those big goals will come, but not today. We're not urgently to really build that massive goal for today. And that's why when we think about big goals, we need to ask which stage am I? And if I am shut down, one big goals doesn't matter. At that moment, we need to get back to baseline. That is the goal. Number four, isolation is fueling the freeze. I think that we need to work very hard to really build friendships and relations where we can feel that we are safe. Because when we have those relations, we have that safety net to support to get support. Because when you have that support, it's so much easier to get out of that shutdown. Just incredible. Because I know that sometimes you will not have that luxury. Because it's a massive luxury to have friends like this. But if you have it, use it. Because I think sometimes we just don't use our friendships because we are afraid. But even though that we have the best friends in the universe, trust your friends. I think that's a beautiful thing. Trust your friends. They will be there for you. If they never really failed you, why are you afraid to truly show your true colors? Number five, shame is a real parasite. And I think that's again this is a terrible thing because we start to shame ourselves for the things that we didn't do. Because we shut down and we didn't do the right thing and we binged for 4 hours and then shame comes in and because that shame we feel even worse about myself about ourselves and because if we feel worse about ourselves we do even less. And there's a circle and it's a bad circle to be in and we need to remove that shame and give compassion forgiveness to ourselves. And when we're able to give ourselves that positivity, it's easier to really to take those small steps forward. And then when you take small steps forward, you get those celebrated wins. You have more energy to do even more. Number six, your body is the exit door. I really love this statement. Your body is the exit door. So what I mean by exit door, you're not able to think it out of shutdown. You're not able to think it out of shutdown. A lot of times you went to shutdown because you overthought. What is important is to move your body. Walk outside, cold shower, cold even face, just 10 push-ups. Clean the corner, clean the bed. Just small, just move your body, and that will help to get after shutdown. Motion is extremely important. That shows that we are alive. And last one, number seven, the first goal is not success. it's safety. And this again, I mentioned that, and I think that is extremely important to know is that when I think about nervous system, that the goal to get out of the first stage is not to succeed in life, it's to achieve safety. When you have safety and stability, at that moment we can build a massive success. I think that person who have been in shutdown and went out of that stage will succeed more in life because now they have a strong foundation sometimes than a person who never been there. So I think that we need to really be grateful that we experienced that, but now we don't stay there. We really work hard, take those steps to really get out to that stage too. So I hope you reflect on that nervous system and then reflecting on what stage you are in. But tomorrow we'll focus on stage two, and maybe you are in stage two, and maybe tomorrow's lesson will be much more valuable for you. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.